I mean, do I double up on Texans here? Do I go back to Jaden Higgins? Well,
dare I?
Luther Burden.
Luther Burden's been cooking, man.
I think.
Oh wait, it's Bucky's pick.
It is?
Yes. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry. Okay, Buck.
It doesn't matter. I got a running back, so it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna take Amari and Hampton.
All right.
By the way, Gavin actually wrote out Rhett's cheating in the chat right there.
Collusion.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you that you're crazy for not picking a player once this is all done.
What am I missing? See, now you're screwing with me here.
Golly, come on, make a decision. We got a time. You know, they lowered it to 8 minutes now in the first round. Yeah. Real craft. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Move the Sticks. DJ, Bucky, and Rhett with you on a rookie episode. I guess we could call these each and every week. And I got to be honest, my enthusiasm has jumped up a notch this week because Rhett, who's just had a stranglehold on the top spot, nothing changed there. But Bucky, representing the team here, the home team, is making a push with an unbelievable week.
Clean sweep all
the way across the board for Buck. He goes. Henderson went off, Travion, then he gets a little Ohio State magic there with those two, and then Harold Fannin Jr. So Bucky got 9 points. I have a measly 1 for me from Colson Loveland. Rhett got 2. Nice. But you look up now, and now it's
pretty tight.
Snug up a little bit here. Rhett's got 66. Buck's got 58. He passed me. I've got 56, so I'm 10 behind the leaders here. But we are coming down the home stretch here. For the rookies, I normally try and get to some other topics first, but I don't want to mess around. I gotta right to it here. I gotta
right to it.
Whoa.
Yeah. Right out of the gate here, folks.
I mean, wow.
I just feel like we can see him a little bit now. Like it would gotten to the point where Rhett was getting a little out of vision, and now the father is a little distracted.
I don't know.
A little bit of that. Yeah.
We'll see.
Although, full disclosure, before we start the episode, Rhett's given us all the statistical rundown on the last month for rookies, which didn't make me feel great about my preparation. For
hilarious to me. Hilarious.
I just are we going
to how you do anything? How you do anything is how you do everything. So I get it.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach. Thanks, Coach Buck. Right there.
I understand.
Appreciate that.
I understand.
Now, I'm going Travion Henderson with the first pick.
Okay.
Let's not mess around here.
Ravens on a Sunday night in Baltimore.
Yeah, he only needs three. He can pop it in 3. You give him 3 carries, 3 touches. He can do all his damage right there. Bucky, you are up next, buddy.
This is tough because I'm looking at one game and I'm looking at the Buccaneers versus the Panthers to figure out which receiver I want. And I'm trying to figure out who's going to throw it the most. Give me T-Mac this week.
Going T-Mac.
I'm going to take Roy McMillan.
Going T-Mac.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay. So I've got my pick of the litter with the tight ends. And Harold Fannin has been going off as of late. The Browns are at home against the Bills. I just think target share. I just don't know. Does Philip trust Tyler Warren yet? You know, it didn't really feel like it this last week as much. The Colts have the Niners on Monday night. I'm going to go Harold Fannin and get the tight end done right there with that pick. And then with my next pick, with the running backs, this is a tricky one because I feel like I have a phenomenal matchup if I want to go Woody Marks. Texans taking on the Raiders at home. Raiders are in trouble.
Not a good outfit.
Not a great team there. And apparently Woody was injured, but D'Amico Ryan said he could have gone back in. So at that point, I'm going to go Woody Marks. Give me Woody Marks for the Houston Texans. So I got Fannin and Marks.
All right. So it comes back my way, right?
Yep.
Oh, well, tight end, big game. Like big game, big matchups. This is personal. Windy City matchup against the Packers. Ben Johnson has to get back at his buddy who had a quick handshake. So give me Colston Loveland.
Okay. This is crazy. Tyler Warren's not even the first. I'm in the first 2 picks.
I watched the game.
Yeah,
I watched the game.
He's not in it.
I watched the game. It's not going to really get there. It's not going to get to him.
Oh man, yeah, because I think I got to go a little homer pick here. I'm going to go
Gadsden.
I'm going to go Gadsden.
Okay, so we're leaving Tyler Warren out of the mix.
Yeah, he's not getting picked this week.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Ibuka.
Yeah. So that leaves me with the wideouts here. Dang. I mean, do I double up on Texans here? Do I go back to Jaden Higgins? Well,
dare I?
Luther Burden.
Luther Burden's been cooking, man.
Yeah, he didn't get banged up. Did he get banged up? I felt like I think we're okay on that. Who's kind of been slowly coming on a little bit too, but just not enough is Pat Bryant with the Broncos.
Let's step out on a limb here. Go a little Pat Bryant action.
No.
That out. You put that line in the water and pulled it out.
Yeah. Real quick. I think.
Oh wait, it's Bucky's pick.
It is?
Yes. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry. Okay, Buck.
It doesn't matter. I got a running back, so it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna take Omarion Hampton.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. There you go. Yeah, didn't matter. All right.
By the way, Gavin actually wrote out Rhett's cheating in the chat right there.
Collusion.
Yeah.
Just trying. Yeah. I mean, it obviously didn't matter. All right. I think Roma Dunze is like getting a little bit healthier here. I'm worried about target share.
I don't.
You don't know if he's going to go?
No. Yeah, there was an article this morning I read that said they might try and
hold
take
him
their time with him and get him ready for the playoffs. So,
dang. Boy, Chimere Dike just still sitting up there. Just don't feel great about it. 6.2 yards per catch. Not doing it for me.
I'm going to tell you that you're crazy for not picking a player once this is all done.
Okay. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything here. Okay. Well, we're all crazy then, I guess, right? Because you guys have passed them. What am I missing? See, now you're screwing with me here.
Well, come on, make a decision. We got a time. They lowered it to 8 minutes now in the first round. Yeah, real craft.
Okay, give me. We're doubling. Give me Jaden Higgins.
Okay, the last 2 weeks, Luther Burden 4 for 67, 6 for 84. And I just told you Roma Dunze is a good chance he's not playing, and you're going to play in a game where you're going to score points.
I don't know.
He's been Caleb's guy, man.
It's true. All right. Do I get my pick back?
No, you already made your pick. Higgins.
I'm good. I'm doubling up on Texans.
Okay. Yeah. I think no Warren and no Burden getting picked was probably a little surprising in that one. But Gadsden had a nice game last week. And I think the Cowboys defense looked a little vulnerable.
Just feasting on Raiders here this weekend.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. To watch all these rookies, you can sign up for NFL Plus Premium. Check out NFL Pro, where you can access over 95 unique player and team performance stats and that all 22 film available on desktop and mobile web. So it's time for Hot or Not, brought to you by Wasabi Hot Cloud Storage. Our coordinator of the week, Bills offensive coordinator, Joe Brady. Before we get to what he's accomplished with this group, Buck, do you like Joe Brady as a hot head coaching candidate in this cycle?
I certainly understand why he's a hot head coach candidate, and I think he's going to get a job. He's going to have his pick of jobs. What they've been able to do with the Buffalo Bills, as soon as you pour dirt on them and think that they are done, they find a way to reemerge. And I think this performance that he had last week kind of embodies what the Buffalo Bills are. They're down by a ton early, find a way to get to it late. Josh Allen, the full Josh Allen experience is in effect, but they still are able to run the football with James Cook. The one thing that Joe Brady has done, and I would say in his evolution from his first time as an OC, the running game. He has mastered the running game and the bigs and heavies and creating different matchups while also taking advantage of his quarterback strengths. Masterful play caller, play design.
Yeah, it's the thing is though, Josh Allen doesn't exist on the teams in which he is going to go try to be a head coach. I mean, that dude. I just get watching that game against the Patriots. Yeah, all right, 7-0, 14-0, 21-0. I just didn't feel like at any point in time that they were out of the game. Just because of what we've seen with Josh Allen, it's kind of like that Mahomes feeling, back in the heyday there with the Chiefs. But the thing I'll say is, in the second half, it felt like they found a way to be more on schedule. Every one of their 5 straight touchdowns were scored inside the red zone, right? So these were extended drives. These were drives that were getting down there. And you know what the spark was? The spark was the Ray Davis kickoff return at the end of the first half. Then they get the face mask on top of it. They get a short field. They go down and score at the end of the first half, get on the board, and then they went their next 4 possessions. They got touchdowns. But look at this. The third down conversions in this game, the yardage, okay? 3rd and 3. They had a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 1. They had a 4th and 3 that they ended up converting. And then they had another 3rd and 2. I mean, like, they were on schedule in this game in the second half, whereas in the first half, they couldn't stay on the field, right? The play disparity was so big. And then they absolutely dominated every total yards, total plays, certainly with run plays and James Cook, majority of his yards coming in the second half. I just feel like they were more of themselves and they just executed better. And I think, one of those picks that we talk about a lot, they're kind of fun to talk about. The Jackson Hawes pick, I think, was such a big deal for them, allowed them to do so much. And then to have Knox and Kincaid on the field at the same time, Josh Allen is able to spread the ball around. And that's when they're at their best, when their lack of an alpha on the edge doesn't show up, is when he can spread that thing around to all those different targets, and they're all picking up first downs and staying on schedule there. I thought that was a big piece of their effort in the second half.
I think he's got a compelling case to make in an interview, and obviously these are unbelievable quarterbacks, probably both Hall of Famers. But when you can say, hey, LSU, Joe Burrow, inside in a dome, wideouts, we are 5 out. We are empty. We are out the gate. Everybody out in the route, and let's dice them up. Now, you saw in Buffalo a little bit of that a few years back. Now they're a 12, 13 personnel team running the ball as well as anybody, playing outdoors in weather. Like, he's got a very physical team. So you can go into that interview and say, what offense do I run? Well, you tell me who my players are, and I'll tell you what offense I'm going to run, because I can mold this thing around the personnel that we have, Buck. And how many times have you seen guys try and recreate the same thing in a new spot without the same personnel? It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. And it, to me, speaks to the play caller and the adaptability, being able to be flexible in terms of, hey, I'm going to adapt to the personnel that I have. This is what's best for this team compared to what was best for my last team. And you're right. The Buffalo Bills are interesting because they did go from being kind of an out, and we're going to throw it all over the yard, to a more controlled offense with James Cook playing a big part of it. Because I'm going to say this. I think Joe Brady's doing such a great job, because when you look at their team, particularly on offense, to me, there's only 2, maybe 3 blue chip dudes. If you talk about Josh Allen, James Cook, and then maybe Deion Dawkins, if you want to throw him in that category.
Yeah.
They're doing it with, I don't want to say regular Joes out there, but they're not doing it with superstars. So to me, that's where the schematics matter more than some of these other teams that can just out-talent you.
Yeah, if there was ever a doubt whether Josh Allen was a truck or a trailer, I mean, I don't think there was one, but yeah, I mean, this is a great example of a quarterback helping to elevate guys too. And I think, a big part of that is the way in which Joe Brady allows him that opportunity to go out there and spread that ball around and find different ways to get all those different targets involved.
Well, they do a good job protecting the quarterback, getting the ball out quick, and they run the ball. A couple stats Gav threw in here into the document. It's interesting when you look at this team. Number 3 scoring offense and total offense. Number 1 rushing yards per game. Number 2 in EPA added per rush. Number 4 EPA per pass. They allow the 5th fewest pressures in the league. James Cook has been hit behind the line of scrimmage on just 32.9% of his carries. That's the second lowest mark amongst running backs. And the tight ends have averaged 10.3 yards per target this season, the most among all tight end units. So that tells you the story. You can't be more efficient, and you can't do a better job of utilizing the strength of your team, Buck, than the job that Joe Brady and Josh Allen have done together there.
No, they do a terrific job. And if they can just have one of their perimeter playmakers emerge as a consistent force as a number 1, not that he has to be a high-end top 10 receiver, but someone that each and every week you can count on to give you maybe 75, 80 yards on the perimeter when they're one-on-one matchups, man, this offense can go to another level, even though we wax poetically about what their numbers and efficiency numbers are.
You know what's crazy?
No question. Go ahead, Rhett.
In the run game, I mean, the Bills ran it 26 times in the second half. Patriots ran it 3 times.
Yeah.
Now, one of them was an explosive touchdown, right?
Yeah,
I get that. But dang, that is a disparity if I've ever seen one. So, I mean, that's their formula.
Yeah, not ideal on the Patriots side of things of finishing that ball game. That was this week's Hot or Not segment, brought to you by Wasabi Hot Cloud Storage. Store more and do more with your data. Try them for free at wasabi.com. All right, guys, I want to hit you on this topic on some rookie classes in the job that they've done. I was looking at some of these teams that are having success this year, and man, they're getting some big time impact from their rookies. We're just talking about New England and a tough loss that they just had, but that is a rookie class that has been outstanding. I'll give you three options here, and Rhett, you can lead us off. Buck, you go next, and I'll clean it up. But if you're just looking at teams right now, some playoff teams, and you look at New England, the job that their rookie class has done. You look at Seattle, the rookies that they have and the job that they've done. And I'll mention the Chargers with the job that those rookies have done. What stands out to you the most?
Give me those three again. Chargers.
So New England, Seattle, and the Chargers.
Yeah. I think New England, to me, is the one that really stands out the most. Obviously, now that Travion Henderson, is really rolling, I think that has obviously been such a key piece. And then the fact that you were able to remake your offensive line and the entire left side of it with two rookies, I think that's pretty rare. Obviously, you draft a guy up in the top 5, you're kind of expecting that dude to start for you on the offensive line. But then to get Jared Wilson in the third and have him jump in there as a starting left guard. And I know both of them kind of been banged up a little bit and in and out of the lineup now. But to be able to count on that and to set that up for your second year quarterback, that's so big. And then, they missed on receivers the year before, right? But it hasn't really hurt them that much because they've done a nice job of kind of supplementing that with some guys that were kind of left for dead. Keyshawn Boutte, I don't think anybody counted on him being a guy, this year. And they've kind of gone back and kind of redeveloped some other guys from previous classes. So I would say that's kind of a bonus into this year's class, because I don't think we've seen much of, Keyshawn throughout, his career up until this year. So I think that's really been a huge piece. And then look, the free agent acquisitions on the defensive side of the ball were big. As well. So I think, Elliott and Mike and that whole crew up there have done just a really good job of, the homegrown development, and then really nice kind of judicious, picks into free agency. Now, look, they had to pay big money for them, certainly, and they had the money to spend, but they didn't really whiff, which I think is obviously a big piece of free agency.
Yeah. And when I think about those three things, the Seattle Seahawks comes to mind. And the reason it comes to mind is like, look, this was a new era that they kicked off. When Pete Carroll left, it was the first time that John Snyder had full control of the board and being able to do it, and him and Mike McDonald putting their vision together. And then this year, you look, Gray Zabel is being exactly as advertised. Yeah. They can run the football when they want to run it. They've been able to protect Sam Darnold. They created explosive plays while being able to control the game on offense. And then Nick and Memory Warrior, like just being able to find someone, like I know they don't like to shop in the same store. Sometimes you see a Cam Chancellor, like, oh, I want a little clone. But man, he's as close to Cam as you can find in terms of a big safety that can come down in the box and do some of those things. Watching them up close, because when they came to Jacksonville and just watching the size and the speed and the just overall explosiveness of that roster, they've done a good job. But those two rookies in particular, they have stepped up immediately and given big contributions. Yeah, and they've, Horton, when he's been out there, has made some plays for him.
Early in the season for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, did some nice things for him. It's been a good class there from Seattle. Arroyo kind of play here or there. They just got Riley Mills back. He had his first game this last week. He got 7 snaps and showed a little penetration there. So I think he's got a chance to really help him coming down the home stretch. But those are two excellent ones. Now, and I know what some people are thinking, what about the Cleveland Browns? We're just talking playoff teams here.
Yeah,
Cleveland's had an unbelievable class. Those guys have all done a really nice job. Some other teams as well. The other team, I'll get to the Chargers in just a second, that deserves mention here is the Bears. With that Bears class playing big roles. When you look at what they did, Colson Loveland's been awesome. Luther Burden's really come on. Trapillo's been able to get out there. You've seen Manungai, who's done a really nice job forming that 1-2 punch. So Chicago's got a lot out of their rookie class. But when reason I want to mention those teams, and we'll get to the Chargers here, I'm watching that game, calling that game last week, and I'm watching Omari and Hampton pop a run. I'm watching Trey Harris make a big play before the half to kind of, save their game and potentially their season. Jamari Caldwell has been playing starter snaps at defensive tackle. Keandre Lambert-Smith has the kickoff return that puts him in position to get those points. He's, had an opportunity to get some ops here. Aronde Gadsden's been awesome as a tight end, was the 5th round, 165th overall pick. RJ Mickens has got his hands on balls, some interceptions this year as kind of that third safety. That is a lot of impact, man, from one draft class on a team that's got a chance to clinch a playoff spot here this week.
I mean, look, it's so good. It's funny you talked about RJ Mickens and some of the down the line guys that have made contributions. I think that is the front office and the coaching staff being in sync, in unison, understanding what these players can provide if they get the opportunity, and then having the courage to put them on the field. So many guys will draft players, but then as they get down the stretch, they refuse to play those young players. But we're seeing the teams that are good and sustain their success, they play their young players. They're unafraid to play them, and they live through some of the growing pains that exist because, man, it is so rewarding on the other side if they do come through.
We always get asked real quick about, hey, what's a good draft? And I always say, man, 3. If you get 3 starters out of a draft, that's a heck of a draft. If you get 4, phenomenal. You can look at the last 2 drafts for the Chargers. And if we were to list, Vidal and Hampton as kind of co-starters going forward, which they're gonna share that position, you could easily look at this and say they got 10 starters in the last 2 drafts. 10.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great point.
That's how you flip. How you flip it, man. And those guys, those guys are so cheap. You got 10 cheap starters for the next couple of years. They're going to be able to spend money in free agency, man.
I was also looking just to kind of around the league today as we were getting ready for this episode. And Bucky, obviously, the Jaguars record stands out in a big way, 10-4 sitting here. So as you were
Rhett, you don't know the rule. Nationally, you're not allowed to talk about the Jags having this unbelievable stretch.
Oh, I'm sorry. Forgot about that.
Yeah, it's unwritten. It's just unwritten.
It's just unwritten rules.
People just don't. You can't really stare at it. Like staring into the sun.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about. But
yeah, you don't know. I mean, you just kind of been there.
I just got to show up on Sunday. You're like, oh, that's it. Sure. Yeah, go team.
Hey, they won again. Who we got next week?
Yeah. Who we got? I mean, massive performance from Trevor Lawrence. But so I was like, all right, let me go back and see what their rookies are up to. And obviously, Travis Hunter being down for much of the season now has been tough. As a big piece of that draft class with spending the resources to go up and get him, and then just not getting him for the majority of the season. But who's played the most snaps out of that rookie class?
Right.
Danny Strigo, undrafted.
Let me tell you,
he's got 3 sacks. The dude's played over 200 snaps on defense. Okay.
And here's what I would tell you. And we live in LA, so you hear a lot about the Rams and opportunities and those things. And DJ, you lived it before in Baltimore. Like, hey man, $500 and an opportunity. Yep. Like Strigo just came and just worked his tail off. And look, it's stereotypical to talk about like, oh man, what a high motor guy. But I'm gonna tell you, he's laid off the ball at times, but the effort makes up for so many things. And DJ, if you watch him enough on tape, like he's late. He's like a half a beat late off the thing. He's not snap count anticipation. It's just reaction. But his energy, his effort, and his toughness, because he's played through some injuries that have sidelined other guys that you're like, man, this dude is tough and he's about it. And he just took a small role and kept expanding it because the more he played, the better, the more production he provided in those limited windows.
Yeah. So here you go. I remember Danny Strigo was a late ad to the Senior Bowl, like very late ad. Like I think he came in on Thursday and maybe one practice before the game. And so I was texting with PJ Fleck on that Friday, just to because I'd seen him a couple of times in the work for Big Ten Network and had Minnesota. And main reason why we recruited him, wrestling background. Strigo had a wrestling, athletic enough to play linebacker, versatility, good blitzer, and you will not be able to pull that dude off the field. Was what he said. I mean, so the effort and the motors kind of stand out on that one too. But I saw that Rayon Lanes played a bunch too. The safety out of Navy who we've seen in the all-team circuit as well. Yeah, special teams.
Yeah, special teams bandit. Like that was the thing.
Tuden from time to time.
And Tuden was going to play an even bigger role because he and Travis Etienne splitting carries until he had the injury that will keep him out for the next few weeks. But I mean, look, the thing that I've learned in just watching this team grow, and we've seen it, you have to create lanes for your young players to get on the field. So don't sign the veteran just because the coaches are nervous. You have to force them to play the young guys and develop them because that's the only way they get better.
Well, the other thing I would say is when you're putting together a coaching staff, sometimes you can find teachers that are older that are good. You can find teachers that are younger that are maybe a little more relatable and current and can communicate. At the end of the day, just go get teachers. Go out and get coaches that know how to teach, because you're seeing that the teams with teachers, Buck, not only can they get young guys on the field, they just keep getting better and better, man.
Well, that's the thing. And look, we talked about it. We didn't talk about a little bit about Chicago's class, but man, when I look at the Bears, what they are now compared to what they started, like they are a really good football team. And Dennis Allen, look, I know it didn't go his way as a head coach multiple times, but man, their defense, like watching them fly around and see ball, get ball, and all the other stuff that they're able to do. Yeah, like if you get guys that understand how to develop talent, whether it's young, whether it's guys that have played subpar performances elsewhere, teachers are everything. It is a teacher's game for sure.
And no doubt. Well, look, this has been a fun one, man. We'll see if we can run Rhett down here on the rookie draft. The smile on his face, if you're listening to us right now, would say otherwise. Golly, there's a confident air about him right now. Need a big bounce back week from him after Bucky got after it this week. All right, that's going to do it for us today. We will catch you tomorrow right here on Move the Sticks.